Shane Simmons, the Appalachian Project, and I'm here in Chilhowie, Virginia. And it's funny because usually when I do these videos, somebody will comment and say, man, you got a story for every town, or you've done something, you worked there, you've done something. This is probably, for this area of Southwest Virginia, I know the least about Chilhowie of just about anywhere I could stop, this side of Roanoke. Anyway, but I do know two things. One is this joint, which is the Hardee's. I meet a co-worker of mine once or twice here right now to go on business calls. So I'm familiar with Hardee's, and I've ate at the Riverfront restaurant, which is amazing. We'll go by there in just a second. It is amazing food, but I've only had the chance to be there once. So other than that, I don't know Chilhowie that well, so we'll just look around, visit it together. How about that? Anyway, I'll get on the road and we'll check out Chilhowie, which is in Smyth County, by the way, near Marion. Okay, leaving the Hardee's here in Chilhowie, which is kind of free ad for them, but you know, in all fairness, I've used their parking lot a couple of times, so I guess it's a trade-off. Anyway, let's go down the road here into Chilhowie. So this is the underpass that goes right under I-81. You'll see that coming up here in just a second. And to the left, up here, you'll see the tourist center, which is really neat. It's a beautiful old house. And it's got one of those love signs that are so popular here in Virginia. I think they're putting one in every county or something like that. Seems like they're putting one in every street corner, but I don't think that's right. So coming up ahead, we've got the McDonald's, and then there's the old Main Street, which is where the Riverfront restaurant is, and with the one part of the area that I do know. And of all things to know about Chilhowie, this was the last place that professional wrestler Buddy Landel lived before he passed away. And I used to be a professional wrestling fan. I don't know that I should be proud to admit that, but anyway, I'll get into a story about him in just a second. Here's the downtown area. They've got a grant to revitalize this down here, and it's not quite taken off yet, but they're still in the early stages. So they've fixed up these buildings, and hopefully that'll start to bloom and really take off here. And part of what I do now is assist businesses starting up, so hopefully we'll be able to partner with them and get some things off the ground, because it's a beautiful area and really should have some things going on there. Okay, back to Buddy Landel, because I know you're just dying to hear this. Anyway, he used to be my Facebook friend of all things, and he commented on a few of my posts back when I very first started on Facebook about, I don't know, 10 years ago or so. And he was just such a cool guy. I always loved him when he was wrestling. And of course, he's not to be confused with Nature Boy Ric Flair, but they had some beef for a while. And one of my favorite things was, and you can see the clip on YouTube now, there's a clip where Ric Flair says, Buddy Landel's in the ring, and Ric Flair's being interviewed, and he says, you know, he starts screaming at Buddy Landel, and he says, I'd let you borrow one of my coats, but I'm afraid you'd get lost in the arms. I mean, borrow one of my robes. Oh, dang it, I screwed up my own story, but anyway. Let you borrow one of my robes, but I'm afraid you'd get lost in the arms. And of course, that infuriated Landel. Anyway, down this way is the high school, middle school, and then on further down will be the elementary school. And if you go in this direction, you keep going this way, you'll end up at the 7 Mile Ford, so heading toward, as if you're going to Marion, the opposite direction of Abingdon. Well, anyway, now getting back to Buddy Landel, I can't drop it for some reason. I'm sorry that I'm hijacking my whole video for these stories, but he cost me a job inadvertently. I used to love, he was just so funny. And he had an interview promo where he said something about being too tall, too tan, and a little bit too good looking. I thought that was so funny, and I used it so many times. Well, I had this job interview when I first got out of college, and I got to the second interview, and the guy that interviewed me first, actually, it was just a formality. I basically had the job. So I was pretty cocky. I got in there, and the second guy comes in, is an older gentleman, and he said, you know, the infamous question of what are your 3 biggest weaknesses, right? Well, any fool knows you don't answer that with legitimate questions. What am I going to say? I'm lazy, I got a bad attitude, and you know, I don't like to work. No, you're not going to do that. So I thought it would be cute to be clever, and I said, well, I got 3 weaknesses. I'm too tall, I'm too tan, and just a little bit too good looking. And I had this big smile on my face thinking, man, I just landed this awesome punch, and it infuriated this guy. His face just drained. I mean, this interview was going really well up to that point. He just, I mean, I'm telling you, it ended almost immediately right after that. And I got sent packing, and they didn't even return my calls after that. So needless to say, I did not get the job. And I learned a valuable lesson, you know? Know your audience. Please know your audience. You know, an elderly man hearing that is probably not going to think you're all that funny. And even if he does, is that really what he's looking for in a job? So that's my little advice. But anyway, there's Chilhowie Elementary School. I'm going to shift gears before we end up back in 7 Mile Ford and head back in a different direction. See you in just a minute. But here's the Oak Hall cap and gown. I wanted to say Oak Hill because Oak Hill Academy down there, not too far away from here at Mouth of Wilson. But anyway, I guess they, by definition, would make caps and gowns, but I'm probably wrong about that. No, no luck. Anyway, enough of my buddy Landel. I got lost on that and forgot to mention Chilhowie. The name is kind of strange. A lot of people wonder about it, and supposedly it comes from the Cherokee, and it means land of many deer, which we're not likely to see any today where we're at, but that is what I'm told. And their slogan now is a lasting impression. I just saw that on their sign. So this is a strip going back into Chilhowie, and I think Chilhowie's population was a little bit, just a shade under 1,800 as of the last census. This guy's going so slow that I will take another break. See you in a minute. I can't believe there's actually a Mexican restaurant within a 100-mile radius of where I'm from that I haven't eaten at, but I'll have to check this one out sometime for sure. Anyway, another thing that's not nearly as humorous is there was a police officer, Lucas Dowell, was from this area, and he was gunned down in the line of duty, so I've named a piece of the drive through here after him. And I recall Olivia Bailey from WVVA, no, WCYB, I'm sorry, I get them mixed up, local NBC station, and we were talking about that. I guess she's from Chilhowie too, now I think about it. So shout out to Olivia Bailey. You'll probably never hear this, but God bless you anyway. So here we're going back into the town section. We should be there in just a second. There's this 4-way red light. And you can end up, if you make a right up here, you end up going to Saltwell, which is really the only times I've been through here before, for the most part, was to head that way. I'm going to you'll see a road sign when I get up through here, and we'll eventually stop, and as a matter of fact, I'll just cut this off right here, and we'll go stop and read that, because it's really neat, some really neat information and some history about Chilhowie. Shane Simmons, the Appalachian Product, and as you'll see in front of me in just 1 second, I'm here in Chilhowie, and this little sign says Townhouse. As early as 1754, a house was built on this hill and was used as a fort and meeting place by settlers. This is the site of the first settlement in this region. So, there's the hill. Nothing left of the house apparently. There's also a sign right down the road from here that reads, here, near here in 1750, Dr. Thomas Walker, which names should sound familiar, hopefully, if you know anything about the history in this area, on his first journey southwest assisted Samuel Stalnaker in building his cabin. At that time, this was the farthest west settlement, 1750. Think about that, farthest west settlement, amazing. Right here in Chilhowie. So right here, just a little off the road, actually leaving town from Chilhowie is where you see these signs. Anyway, better get back to my car. I left it running across the road, so I'm a prime target for auto theft. Or Grand Theft Auto, it'd be like in a video game. Anyway, I'd hate to think they'd take my car. It'd be slim pickings. Anyway. Thanks again. Thanks for checking out these videos. See you on the next one, and I appreciate you liking, subscribing, commenting. I don't even care if you cuss me out. I don't care. I like attention. Good, bad. I prefer good. Give me bad. That's fine. I'm good with any of it. There's no such thing as bad publicity, right? Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. See you next. Well, what better way to wrap this video up than at this old Piggly Wiggly sign. I love these old, I guess they call them ghost signs. And I love Piggly Wiggly, so I'll plug them any chance I get. It's right on the corner, right when you're going down the main drag there. But anyway, guys, I hope you like this look at Chilhowie, Virginia. And, you know, you may be saying to yourself, like, wait, why's this guy putting his face in the videos all of a sudden? I'll tell you why. There's 3 reasons why. I'm too tall, too tan, and just a little bit too good looking not to, if you know what I'm saying. Okay, I'm nobody Landel, but anyway, can't blame a kid for trying. Anyway, and it also, I know some of you people on YouTube love to make hate comments, so come after me. I don't care. I hate you too. I love most of you, but there's a couple of you that I hate with a passion, and I will come after you in these comments, believe me. So fast it'll make your head spin. And I could have been a good bad guy in wrestling now that I think about it. I miss my calling. Too old now. Oh well, I guess I'll just have to ride down the road and take videos of old Appalachian towns. Man's got to do something for a living. Anyway, appreciate you guys.